This Teacher Tech screen recording is about how to make an audio file. Audio files can support students with reading or visual disabilities and support students who struggle with reading. They might even be required by students' IEPs. If you're a language teacher or English language learner teacher, audio files allow you to make recordings that give your students access to correct pronunciation. They can listen to the recording as many times as they need to from whatever location they choose. Basically, it frees them from the language lab. You can also have students make audio recordings for you that can be used for assessment of their progress, and that can help you know where they need more support. Audio is recorded in a format. The most common formats are WAV for Windows systems and MP3s. The MP3 will play on most student mobile devices as well as computers. It can also be put on iTunes, so today we're going to be focusing on MP3s. The tool I like to use for simple audio recordings is Audacity. Audacity is free and open source, and it's pretty popular. You can find lots of YouTube videos on how to use it, and you can download it directly from the website right here at audacity.sourceforge.net. Now, if your computer has a built-in microphone, you don't actually need one, but for higher quality recordings, or if you don't have a built-in microphone, you're going to need to get an external microphone that plugs into your computer. So we're going to take a look at this here, and we'll start with help, which is always a good place to start. And in help, you'll find there's a lot of things, but we're going to go to the tutorials. And in the tutorials, we can head down to schools or colleges because they actually have a tutorial for teachers. So our teacher tutorial is going to cover basic installation and editing. So we're going to head there. In addition to having the basic information on how to do it, they also have YouTube video. The video is actually a compilation of 3 different videos. The third video really gets into details like how to put music in the background and things like that. So if you're just looking to make basic audio recordings, you can either skip video 3, or you might even be able to do it just by doing this screen video that I'm showing you. I'll pretty much show you everything. So what you're going to do then is you're going to do your download. So let's go back out of here. And here's our downloads. And we are going to need to install Audacity on our computer. To do that, you choose your operating system. And so here's Windows and here's Mac. And if you have Linux, it's right here. You'll choose that and just go through the regular installation process. One of the problems that is had is copyright law, and MP3s, the encoders are copyrighted, and so they can't be in Audacity. So we're going to have to actually go to an encoder and install that as well. So the encoder that is recommended by Audacity and works really well with it is this one here at lame1.buanzo.com.ar. So here I am at it, and you'll see that right here for Windows, it's right here at the top. However, the Mac one is kind of buried down here, right here. So after you click on those, you can just follow the steps to install it. If you're one of those people who likes to install at a specific place on your computer rather than the recommended one, you're going to need to keep track of that. So where you put it, because the first time you use Audacity and you want to save to an MP3, it's going to ask you for that place. If you just let it go where it is suggesting, it's going to pick that up automatically and you won't need to do anything extra. Otherwise, you'll put in the location, and you'll only do it the first time that you link those two up. After that, you actually never deal with that part again. You just stick to working with Audacity and it's automatically linked. Once you're done with your installations, you've got those 2 programs on, you're ready to make your MP3 recordings. Make sure your microphones are working, whether external or if it's already built in. Make sure it's plugged in and working. Then go ahead and open Audacity. Let's get rid of this extra window here. And you're just going to see it show up here. Go to File, New, and there we have it. You can grab the corner and make it bigger if you need to. For a really simple recording, all you're going to do is click on the red circle to start and the yellow square to stop. So let's go ahead and do that. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, we have our recording now. Let's listen and see. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. So everything there worked out fine. Notice up here I've got it set to built-in microphone. If you're not using a built-in microphone, you may need to change that, but since we're using a built-in one, we'll just leave that alone. And if you find that you're having some problems with your volume, check with your microphone and you can mess with this one up here to get it a little bit higher. After making the recording, we want to export it. To export it, what we will do is we will say File, Export. We're going to give it a name. We'll give it Test. I like to save to my desktop just so I can find them real quick, and then I drop them in whatever file I want. Of course, I'm sure you have your own preferences. Right down here, you're going to pick your file format. There's the WAV that I talked about earlier, but we're going to be using the MP3. So we'll choose that and save. With that, it's telling me that I'm replacing one that I already had. We're going to do that. This will pop up. Just tell it yes, and we're done. There we go. Let's drop this down here and listen to our file. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, there it is. We have an MP3 file that I can share with students on my class website. I can save it to a thumb drive and put it onto different computers, or any other way that you like to share your files. You might have a community Dropbox or something like that. So also, if you want to put it on iTunes, in Audacity, in the help section, they have instructions for that. And that way your students can download it from there and listen to it on their smartphones, or they can go ahead and put it on their MP3 players. That's it for this audio section of Teacher Tech. I hope that you got something out of it.